Good morning, everyone. In this session, we will be exploring one of the most infamous cyber attacks in recent history, the WannaCry ransomware attack. Before diving into WannaCry itself, let's set the stage by understanding what network attacks are. Network attacks are deliberate attempts by malicious actors to compromise computer systems and networks. Their goals vary. Some aim to steal sensitive data, others want to damage systems, and many simply want to disrupt services to cause chaos. What is important to note is that these attacks don't just affect individuals, they can cripple entire organizations and even disrupt services on global scale. So, in today's interconnected world, single vulnerability can be expected to impact millions of people across different countries. That's why studying these attacks is crucial, not only to understand how they work, but also how to learn to defend them. In preparing this research, I looked into several well-known cyber attacks. These include the Code Red Worm, the Zeus Trojan, the Mirai botnet, and I Love You virus. Each of these attacks had devastating consequences in their own time. However, I have chosen to focus on WannaCry. WannaCry was not just another malware outbreak, it was a wake-up call for the entire cybersecurity community. It spread faster than most attacks we had seen before, and exploited a vulnerability that many organizations has overlooked. By studying WannaCry, we can uncover the lessons that remain highly relevant even today. What is WannaCry? It's classified as a ransomware worm. First appeared in May 2017 and quickly became one of the most widespread cyber attacks in history. What made WannaCry is unique. Its use of Windows vulnerability known as external blue. This vulnerability existed in the SMB protocol, a system used by computers to share files and printers across the networks. Once WannaCry exploited this flaw, it spread automatically from one computer to another without requiring user interaction. In essence, WannaCry combined the destructive power ransomware with self-replicating nature of worm. How WannaCry worked? First, it targeted computers running outdated version of Windows that still had vulnerable SMB protocol enabled. Once inside, it did not stop at just one machine, scan the network, and spread to other vulnerable systems. After infecting a device, WannaCry encrypted critical files, making them inaccessible to the user. Then it displayed a ransom note demanding payment in Bitcoin. Victims were told that unless they paid, their files will remain locked forever. This attack was particularly effective because it combined technical exploitation with psychological pressure. The scale of WannaCry impact was staggering. Within days, more than 2,030 computers across 150 countries were affected. The attack did not discriminate hospitals, banks, companies, and universities. All fell victim. For example, hospitals in the UK had to cancel surgeries and appointments because their systems were locked. Companies faced downtime that cost millions of dollars. Universities lost access to research data. Organization affected. Some of the most notable organizations hit by WannaCry included the United Kingdom hospitals, FedEx, Renault, and Telefonica. Even government agencies and universities were impacted. The NHS case is particularly important. Imagine hospital unable to access patient records or schedule surgeries. Life were literally at risk because the cyber attack. This show us that cybersecurity is not just about protecting data, it's about protecting people. So how can organizations defend against attacks like WannaCry? Several mitigation techniques prove effective. First, you can install Microsoft security patches. In fact, Microsoft had already released a patch for internal blue vulnerability before WannaCry struck, but many organizations had not applied. Disabling the outdated SMB version 1 protocol reduced exposure. Third is using the antivirus and endpoint protection. It can help detect and block ransomware. And then you can do regular backup, ensure that even if files were encrypted, organizations could restore them without paying the ransom. Finally, training users in cybersecurity awareness reduce the chance of falling victim to phishing or other attack vectors. What lesson can we take from WannaCry? The importance of keeping system updated. Single miscatch can open the door to disaster. Second, continuous monitoring. Organizations must be able to detect unusual activity before it spreads. And then cybersecurity awareness among employees is vital. Technology alone cannot stop attacks if users are careless. And finally, regular backups are lifesaver. They allow organizations to recover quickly without giving in to ransom demands. In short, WannaCry taught us that prevention, detection, and recovery must all work together. WannaCry was more than just a ransomware. It was a turning point in cybersecurity history. The attack emphasized the need of strong cybersecurity practices, regular updates, and proactive audits. Organizations that ignore these basics were paid a heavy price. Thank you for your attention. That concludes my presentation. I hope this session has highlighted not only how the attack work, but also how cybersecurity practices are essential for every organization. Thank you.